Alright guys, I know it's been a while. You like my hair? Floyd, my boy Floyd hooked me up. Hey, I like my hair. Alright guys, I know it's been a while. We've been busy. I'm on a commissioning job. I work 6/12s. Won't be long. Here during the summer, we're going to get back to regular scheduled activities, more podcasts. We're going to try to do more videos. We're definitely going to have a great video attack. But I just want you to let you know, we're still here. We're still pushing. We're still trying to make this podcast, YouTube channel, this whole horrible outdoorsman experience a thing. So, what's up guys and girls? We offend anybody. Just getting some arrows ready for tack. I've been testing a few builds, and it looks like what I'm going with is gonna be tack vanes. Of course, we use Sirius shafts, but 2-inch tack vanes, MFJJ Podium Archery, 50 grain titanium insert, 125 grain tip. But behind that insert, I got the FAC weight. So really it's 90 grains insert, 125 grain tip. So what is that? 215 up front. The whole thing so far, they're coming out 488, 20-ish% FOC, flying real well. So just getting that ready, but I figured I'd talk to y'all about the strings I got and my new bow. So I got them shafts soaking now. Letting them soak so I can get the rest of the glue off. But as you can see, I have a bow. It's not the same bow I hunted with last year. I was looking to get away from the 31. Really wanted the 33. This is the V3X. Really wanted the extra length. 6'4". Got a pretty decently long draw length. The Matthews draw long anyways. So it's set at 30, but the true draw comes out to like 30 and a half, maybe 30 and 5/8 when you put it on a draw board. So what happened is I put on Facebook that I was selling it, seeing if anybody was looking for one. And lo and behold, the guy that owned this one said, hey, it's too long for me. He's shorter. He's got a shorter draw. I really want 31. It's comfortable. That's where I am. But what I really found neat, so, I ended up leaving my UV scope on there. He traded the B3 sight because it already had the dovetail to go in. But what I really found unique is him and his brother both have V3Xs. And so they swapped limbs just mix and matching colors because that's what you can do. And I found it really unique. I really liked it. So I kept it. So that is going to be the rig this year. The HO rig, the Horrible Outdoorsman rig. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm running the Hamsky with the integrated Matthews mount. B3 Archery 4-pin with their comp hunter. And then what we always run, A3 Archery strings. And man, am I excited about that. All right, full disclosure, we are associated with 2 brands. We're on the field staff. We don't make any money. We do get a discount, and we have discount codes that we can give out to y'all. And if you listen to the podcast, you already know what discount code is for Sirius, but we're associated with Sirius. And I absolutely love these Gemini shafts so far. I'm debating on whether I'm going to hunt with them because they're coming out a little lighter than I like. I generally like somewhere in the 515 to 550 range, so I may build some Apollos. But the other company we're affiliated with, A3 Archery. Right? Well, let's see. Can I do it? Bye, yow. Maybe not. But A3 has been really good to Elvis and I. Not only being affiliated with them, which this is our first year to be affiliated with them, but the strings themselves have been great. These Bloodline, or these A3 strings. There's 2 things that can really make a difference. 3, but we're just talking about the product. We're not talking about the people themselves. 1 is the one everybody thinks about. First thing that comes to mind when you say A3, everybody's thinking, oh, it's the new Bloodline fiber. And I've got to say, that Bloodline fiber, absolutely money. Now, and we put our bows through the ringer, me especially. I am rough on my equipment, man. And when I tell you that I'm not afraid to take these strings out, dust, dirt, water, they don't stick to it, man. It's completely waxless system. And it's just such a strong, good knot. It feels kind of tacky when you first use it. It doesn't feel great. Let me get some sweet tea. It's a little hot in the shop today. And when I tell you, these are probably the best fibers on the market, I'm not lying to you. Not at all. I wouldn't lie to you. Now, what people don't think when they think A3 is they don't really think right away, which needs to be talked about more, is A3's pre-stretch process. Most bowstring companies have a static, I'm just marking them for when we fletch, have a static stretch process. They get it and they just stretch it. And they're just stretching. And that's great, man. You know, the more stretch you take out of the strings, that's when you're getting the less peak twist. That's what it is. That's what peak twist is all about. And stretch is really kind of the wrong word. You know, that's one thing that I really like about being on the field staff team is we have kind of been taken to bowstring school. So it's not so much stretch, it's the tightening of the fibers in the bundle. And it's just getting smaller and getting more compact, and naturally that's making it longer. So what they do at A3 is they have a whole proprietary way of stretching, but it's back and forth, back and forth. And that's what really catches that tightness and that strength, and that's why you're not catching peep twist. So, another thing about these A3 archery strings that I really am fond of, dropping the knocks. Just keeping them marked. Makes it easier to see when you're fletching. Another thing I like about these A3 strings, and you're going to have to excuse the, well, I'll put it on film, but I put it on film before. They're very easy to tune. Now they came close to being in tune already. I did have to make some few tweaks, and I think most of it has come from because this was a setup bow for another archer. So once I put my mods on there, I actually went through 2 different sets of mods because I was a little in between on the V3X. So I put on some, these are 30s, I bought some 30s, and then I put some 30 and a halves, and I shortened my D-loop, because you know traditionally Elvis and I run longer D-loops. I lengthened my I shortened my D-loop with the longer pull, and it just didn't feel right. Kept my D-loop short, went back to 30, and it just feels right, and especially when these Matthews pull long like that. But when I put this on, when I did put the strings on, brace height in spec, axle to axle in spec, draw weight perfect, on the money. Usually I get about anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds over, and then you know every string you have to shoot in. And what I mean by shoot in, it's not really they're stretching. Oh, Chris, you said they don't stretch. Everything you got to stretch them in. You know, as many times as he may put them on that thing going. It's never going to be on a bow, okay? After about three shots, it generally drops about a pound or 2. So I think what I'm shooting, you know, because I like to tweak, I have had this bow up to 80, just to tweak it. You know, I twisted cables, I put it out of spec basically and brought it up to 80. Right now it's sitting at 76, and I think it runs just perfect with these arrows. And that's what I'm going to run at tack. I need to shoot it through the chrono, but I'm guessing it's going to be 300-ish, maybe a little faster. Really liking this V3 strike too, but I gotta say, the serving, everything has just been great for these A3 strings. And man, if you get a chance, you're looking for some new strings, check it out. They have a whole string builder on the website. So what that string builder does is that lets you pick out any colors. I'm a very neutral guy, as you can see. Went green, brown, and black. OD green servings. They do have the Viper or the Venom series, which is a freaking awesome color. Probably go next. It's a very like fluorescent green, kind of matches the Nox. It's probably the color I'm going to go with next. But I gotta say, between the A3 strings and these Sirius Geminis, and I think I'm gonna do pretty good during tack. 488, man. Y'all think 488 at 20%? What do y'all think? Y'all think there's gonna be enough to kill a deer? I use Slick Trick mags. It's 125, and I do have severs. I do have something special I'm going to show y'all in a little bit, but that's a little later. But what y'all think? Tell me what you think. Am I going to be able to kill my bear? Am I going to be able to kill a deer? Let me know in the comments. So we pretty much do our personal arrow builds the same way every time. We run a left helical because that's where our bow flies out. Now that's not to say that we use this. Let's not say we don't have a bits. I love a bits. I'll use a bits. It's the AAE knob. I feel like it's a little better. It's the AAE knock receiver. I feel like it's a little better, but it does 4, 5, and 6 fletch. As far as I'm concerned, the bits is a great tool. But if you're gonna 3 fletch, I think you need to run a harder helical. We're of the school of thought you want to run the smallest, lightest fletch possible that still steers your broadheads downrange. So what does that for us? Minimax left helical, and like I said, currently we're running. Elvis is running the same thing. 3 fletch, tack vanes, drivers. They're wonderful. Now you do have to use their pin. It is a pin. I've used AAE's pin. It works just the same. I've used Tack's pin. Works the same. I've used both of their glues. Now what I am trying right now, Podium Archery, Bob Smith Industries, Maxi Cure. It's like a hobbyist glue. It's not expensive at all. It's really this giant bottle. Before we were so rudely interrupted by this heat, it's hot. It's hot in the shop. I don't have a fan in here. Don't have any ventilation. And my poor little DJI, he's burning up. Anyways, this Bob Smith glue. This normal size glue you're gonna get when you order glue. Bob Smith. This was about half the price, and I ordered it. Best glue we found for vanes. Now for inserts, we haven't found anything much better than this AE Max Impact. It's a little rubbery. It's black. It's supposed to have some rubber compound in it. And what that rubber compound does is gives it a little give, right? Because your insert is what's taking all the force. So a little bit of give, just a little give. It's not going to hurt anything. In fact, that's probably going to help arrow breakage, tips, and it's really going to help with these as far as bending or anything like that. All right, everybody may want to know, Chris, this Geminizer is so expensive. I can't put the money for it, and I totally understand. SAFF. So Sam Adam Farkle 10 is going to get you a 10% discount. Now, hey, 10% is not a lot. Well, some people say 10% is a lot. Of course, I still can't afford the Geminis. No big deal. You have the Apollos. They're a little cheaper. They're a little heavier. Great arrows, especially if you want a heavier build for hunting. Well, Chris, those just need something a little cheaper, and even with the 10%, the Apollo's not doing it for me. Well, Sirius just came out, Supernova SD for small diameter, and they're a great arrow, a great budget option, good weight. I think they fall somewhere in between, don't quote me on this, but somewhere in between the Gemini, which is very light, and the Apollo, which is heavier. But it's going to be a great option for you. And remember, Sam Adam Farkle 10 is going to give you 10% off. Chris, I don't know what to do. What do I do? I ordered strings, and man, I'm not sure how to put them on. That's okay. So what you want to do is you're going to want to go to a pro shop, especially with something as strings, because they're taking these cams out, and especially on these Matthews, you have to actually pull the cam all the way out to get these on. Unless you have a press and you're a little bit of experience in putting on strings, I would not put on my own strings. Absolutely not. I would hate for somebody to mess up their bow just by doing that. Now what I'm really excited to show everybody, and I'm probably not going to do too much with it before tack, because right now I'm just focusing on tack arrow, tack build. Someone's trying to call me. What I'm really excited about is this takedown riser, right from Bear. Everybody's seeing the takedown. Anybody that knows Bear knows that latch. But I love the Fred Bear camo. But what I especially love out of it This is the Fred Eichler Signature Series. Now, last October, before this got released, or no, it got a release last October. Last September, when I was in Colorado hunting with Fred, with his outfitters, Full Draw Outfitters, I was hunting for bear. He let me see the last prototype. He let me hold it. He let me do a little shoot. There's a couple of us there. And it was just such a great experience to be with a guy who has taken the entire Super Slam. If you don't know what that is, look up the North American Super Slam, Fred Eichler recurve bow. To be with a guy who's been so successful with a recurve bow, have his own signature series and will let you shoot it and kind of give you some shooting tips coming from, how to anchor, where to pull. It was just so special to me, especially with Fred being really an idol in bow hunting to me. So I knew when that came out I was going to have to get it. I was finally able to get a hold of one. I'm getting some limbs soon. Like I said, that's not my focus right now because tack, I really want to beat Elvis this year. My focus is to have bragging rights for the rest of the year. But I'm super excited about that recurve bow. So, talked about arrows, talked about bow setup, talked about favorite strings, A3. If you ever get a chance, call him, talk to Brent. Absolutely fabulous guy. But I just wanted to give you all a rundown. I know Elvis did a video about a month and a half ago what he was doing, what he was shooting, how he was shooting. Like I said, I've been working, so I figured I'd go ahead and give you the rundown. This is shop number 2 on our little shop. It's very small. Our first one's a little bigger. But now we have 2 locations, Matagorda County, Brazoria County, if you're in the Houston area. If you need some help, holler at us. We are the smallest bow shop with the biggest experience. We have 2 small shops. We can do everything. Presses, this is actually the last chance pack and go. So if you do need our help, you see us out at tack, something's wrong, you don't know what's going on, I am going to have, so like I said, you see us at tack, you have a problem, you need some help, holler at us. I have my press. When we run out to the truck, run out to wherever we're staying, I'll have my press with me. We'll be able to get you set up, get you helped out. Come say hi, give me a like, give me a follow on the YouTube, listen to us. Haven't put out a new episode in a while, but we're on Spotify, wherever else, Apple Podcast. Wherever you listen to your podcast, that's where we're going to be. I'm going to try to pull the audio off this and put it on. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. This is just going to be a video. It's going to be up on the YouTube. This will be up on the Facebook. V3X33, A3 Bloodline strings. Best strings on the market. Sirius, Gemini, Sirius, best arrows on the market. Yeah, I'm biased. I do what I do. It's my channel. Suck it. All right, guys. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you tuning in. And hopefully next time there'll be both of us.